Good morning. It's Tuesday, August 3rd. We are in the last month of the summer. How wonderful. And we're about to start the fall semester. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Dr. Tony Rail Sutherland with Carolina Linares. Hi, Carolina. How you doing?
Good morning, Dr. Tony. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
It's wonderful for you to join us. Now, you're going to tell everybody how to find us on HCC, on the social media, and on TV. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. So you can find us on all the platforms, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube as Houston Community College District. And don't forget that we're also back on our HCCTV cable channel at noon and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. So check your local listings to find the channel.
It'll be great. I can't wait. Carolina was one of my students, and I just enjoy working with her. So later we're going to talk to some more students, HCC students, who competed against universities across the United States to make some big decisions regarding a German muesli manufacturer. We'll talk about what that's all about. They were winners, though, I can tell you that. It's Liliana, Jose, and DJ or Daishua. Hi, how are y'all doing? We'll be back and talk to y'all in just a moment. But first, it's Tasty Tuesday, of course, and we will welcome the executive chef of Yelo Banh Mi Artisans, who has some very good news to share with us. And her name is Cuc Lam. How are you doing, Cuc? I think you might need to open up there you go. Did you get your mic open?
Thanks for having me today. I'm doing well.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, you know what? There's some wonderful things about you that I've read that you have had the famed food writer, Alison Cook, sings wonderful praises about your food. And then in addition to that, you were nominated for CultureMap's 2021 Rising Star for the TasteMaker Awards. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. That was very exciting for our team here. You know, we just opened about 6 months ago, and to get accolades like that, it's very humbling.
You said you just opened about 6 months ago, around in March 2020. Now, most restaurants were closing around that time, but you were opening. How was that?
Actually, our opening was a little delayed because of all the pandemic stuff, but we just trudged through and pivoted our design of the restaurant, our business plan. We shifted more to a takeout delivery platform versus a dine-in. So our space is we have a small footprint. And so we kind of pivoted to make things work better in this new environment that we have here.
Now, what kind of food do you prepare?
Yelo Banh Mi Artisans, we do banh mi. The word banh mi is a Vietnamese word that means both bread and sandwich. So there's a sandwich that the Vietnamese had created when we were occupied by the French back centuries ago. And they left their mark, with the aioli and the fresh baguettes and all that. So we made it our own. So the Vietnamese love this sandwich called the banh mi, and I'm going to demonstrate the banh mi that Alison Cook fell in love with for you guys today.
Excellent. I can't wait to see. Tell me, what does yellow, does the color yellow have something to do with because it's called, your restaurant's called Yelo Banh Mi Artisans. What does the yellow mean?
Definitely. It is I'm pulling on the color yellow as an inspiration because yellow in American history has always been used to refer to Asian people or people of Asian descent.
I hadn't thought about that. Okay.
We've taken the word and we've kind of owned it to where it's bright, it's powerful, it symbolizes happiness, cheerfulness, and it represents all of the Asian cultures, not just Vietnamese or Chinese, but we've got Malaysian and Thai, and so we're kind of embracing all of the yellow culture because I have a section on my menu devoted to inspired banh mi's, which is it strays from the traditional that you would find in other banh mi shops. which are plentiful here in Houston. It's so wonderful that we live in such a diverse community, and we can
Yes, we do. Any kind of food you want, we got it in Houston. Just before you show us how to do this, what is your relationship to Fat Eatery?
Okay, so we consider ourselves the little sister restaurant of Fat. Alex O'Ewing is the owner and operator and chef at Fat Eatery. He and I opened Yelo together. I am the executive chef here, but it's his baby as well. And so we're right next door to Fat Eatery, and we love having that support nearby and everything. And he's really involved.
Okay, well, go ahead and start showing us some of this stuff, and I'll ask you some more questions while you make that wonderful dish for us. Now, you're going to make the banh mi, is that right?
It's called Shashu Shimai. And,
I was off.
It's the Chinese part of it, where it's the Chinese barbecue marinade, and the Shimai is actually the Vietnamese part, where it's a pork meatball. This banh mi is really special and close to me because I come from a Chinese father and a Vietnamese mother. And so we grew up eating this meal in my house. You cannot find it anywhere else because this is something my mom came up with. And it's like the best thing for me to be able to share it with everybody here. And they've received it so well, especially Alison. And so this is a Shashu Shimai. You start with the baguette. We source our bread from a local bakery in town. It's an old bakery that's been around for over 40 years, the French Riviera Bakery in the Galleria area. They come in flutes of 24 inches, and we cut them into threes. First thing you would do is cut the baguette in half. This one's been toasted prior to our show here. Okay, so you just cut the baguette in half. One of the most important ingredients for any banh mi is garlic aioli, or just aioli, I guess, in general. Some places may just use mayo, but that's really not what you're supposed to do. So we do make this in-house. So the aioli goes on both sides.
So this is very original.
Yes. All right. I'm going to try to tilt the bowls up so you can see it a little bit. I know we're a little far, but first I have a bowl of the pork meatballs, the Shashu Shimai, in its broth, in the au jus. And the neat thing about banh mi's here at Yelo, they're served with a dipping broth. So you get the banh mi, you get the bread, and you get a 4-ounce dipping broth along with the bread.
I love to dip my bread into gravy. I'm coming from, I love to do that. That is the best way to eat it, I think.
The meatballs inside. Okay. Another staple of any banh mi is cucumber, fresh cucumbers. We like to slice ours like spears. So we'll stuff some in here. And then you have fresh jalapenos that are spears. A lot of places will keep them in rounds, or they'll do something different. We like ours in spears. And then this is also unique to Yelo. It's very traditional to use a pickled carrot and pickled daikon. I prefer to use the pickled carrot and pickled papaya. We pickle it. It's beautiful, tangy, bright, and crunchy. We want to place this on top of the banh mi.
So you're combining different kinds of flavors, both sweet and sour and salty and whatever together, right?
I think, you need all of that, the acid, the fat, the heat, you need all that to make it work. And this banh mi really hits the spot on all those notes. Okay, finally, I have yellow seasoning in the shaker. But it could just be salt and pepper. I like salt, pepper, white pepper, garlic powder. So we put them all together so that we can just use it as one shaker. And then Maggi. So Maggi is similar to a soy sauce. It's dark like the soy, but there is not a soy sauce. It's like I don't know what you really call it. We always call it a soy sauce, but it's an original seasoning called Maggi seasoning. Okay.
An original seasoning that you created, or just how's it original?
Oh, it's actually a European sauce, and yeah, we don't make it. We buy it's Maggi, and if you've never had it before, I definitely recommend you go out and find it. I know a lot of Latin cuisines like to use it as well, and it'll say Maggie on it.
Okay, very good.
Is the fresh cilantro that goes on top. And I'm going to bring this in closer to see.
Oh, yeah, I want to see this close up. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm so hungry now. That looks so, so good.
So I got to talk to Alison about the banh mi, and she kind of shared with me why she was so enthralled by it. It's just the same as what I told you guys. You've never tasted anything like this, because you've got the Chinese barbecue marinade that you would normally have in traditional Chinese barbecue, that red marinade, and it's infused into our pork, ground pork, along with onions and garlic and lots of spices, and it gets steamed, and it's just so beautiful. And the taste is so unique.
Absolutely. Now, are you just takeout or are you dine in now?
We are dine-in as well. We've got a few tables indoor. We've got 3 patio tables, and we've got counter seating up front. But like I said, it's very minimal because we shifted our views of what we're going to be offering once we opened.
How wonderful. I'm just so excited about going there and eating some of that.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony.
Well, thank you so much for showing this. And it's so neat because it's definitely an original, because it's from 2 cultures together, and it's not something you can find anywhere else, right? Okay, well, thank you so much for being on the show with us and showing us that wonderful food. We really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. Let me share our address. We're at 23119 Colonial Parkway in Katy, Texas. We are in a center called Katy Asia Town. It's pretty new, the last few years. Lots and lots of Asian stores out here, shopping, bookstores, bakeries, tea houses, and us. So come out and see us, you guys.
Excellent. Wonderful. We will be there. And we have your information in our post after the show, so everybody can go there, go to Katy, eat that food. It's wonderful. And also, we want to remind our students that registration is going on now for all HCC programs, including our culinary arts program. So if you want to experiment with food like Cuc is doing, maybe, join the culinary arts program and see what you can come up with. Go to hccs.edu/now to register. Now we're going to move on to our HCC students. They were competitors in the 2021 ERPsim, that's ERPsim Lab Competition. And I'm going to turn this over to Carolina, who's going to introduce the students that were on this and tell us a little bit more about this. Go for it, Carolina.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tony. So like you said, this is from the competitors. We have Jose Araujo. He's the HCC supplemental instructor. Nice to meet you, Jose.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And we also have Liliana Rondon, HCC graduate. Nice to meet you.
Hey, how are you? I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And we have DJ, an HCC student. Now, your faculty advisor, Catherine Morgan, tells us that the HCC team trained hard and competed impressively well against a 4-year college and MBA students. And we also have a copy of a letter she sent to her superiors that said the students have a high level of abstract competency, as well as a higher than average knowledge of SAP ERP. Jose, we will begin with you. So Ms. Morgan says HCC is one of the only community colleges in the country to offer this simulation, and the only community college in the state. So tell us what HCC is seeing that others don't.
Well, if you think about it, when students finish their studies and they go out for a job hunt, the first thing they will ask you, do you know SAP or any ERP system? And the answer is no, right? So HCC is helping students have this tool available for them, so when they go out for a job hunt, they have experience in this system. And just to give you an answer on what is ERP or SAP, it's a system that integrates all the areas of a business, such as purchasing, planning, manufacturing, finance, sales, and many others, right? So this will help students have a better approach on getting jobs because they know the system. And basically this system, it's, I would say 80-90% used around the world. So we're trying to give students the tools that they need for a great career.
That is impressive. Now, before we get into your roles to prepare, can you tell us what ERP is in all the logistics?
Yes, well, in logistics, ERP, well, as I mentioned, it integrates everything, right? So, for example, when you want to have an idea of what will be your forecast, you input the forecast into the system. But this, the system will run and it will give you, okay, what will be the quantities that you will need to buy or purchase for raw materials or finished goods, depending on the company that you have, right? And with this also can help you manage your inventory, what goes in, what goes out, but also helps you what you need to invoice to the customers. So just to give you a brief idea of what can help the system into the supply chain or logistics area.
That's amazing. Now tell us about this particular competition, the 2021 ERPsim. What were you tasked to do for it?
Well, basically, this competition, in my case, I was all around the place, I would say, because, I was the one with the students in this competition. So I was the one that trying to join everything with the team, the communication, trying to set up what each of the students needed to do, how they needed to train for this, and how they needed to focus on, what things to look for. And for me, it was that the team was a winner because for me, students from not knowing anything to have a lot of information and getting to know the system and just to compete here was great.
That's so good to hear. Yeah, I'm so glad that they got the chance to do that. Now, Liliana, let's bring you into the conversation. How did the team prepare for this?
So I was part of the training process. I wasn't on the competition day. So what we tried to practice before the competition day. So what will be the best strategy to manage their virtual company, because that day they actually was you actually was a owner of a company. So so what we try to practice is what was the best strategies in the different areas, production area, sales area, planning area, and procurement area. So we have to combine all of these strategies to have a better profit, because that's how we supposed to win the competition. So in my I just wanted to share my experience working in manufacturing area. I have been working for many years in my country. I'm from Venezuela, and here in the United States, I'm working in the manufacturing area. So it's try to combine the real life with the simulators and find the best strategy. And that was part of my role during this process. And I think the team has a really good performance during the competition. And I think it's good to share with the HCC students to show them how they can learn and in the college what could happen in the real life or in the real businesses. So it's a good way to learn. That's what I think is good.
That's impressive. It's impressive how you managed to bring that input of manufacturing and also your knowledge from Venezuela. So that's so good to hear. Now, what were the roles for each one of the team?
Well, I spent my time doing procurement. I did much time. I just essentially, I worked with another student of another teammate, and we took care of production matters. So I was in charge of producing these purchase orders. I would say these purchase orders, and I feel it wasn't really much. It was just trying to get these on time, and I worked with her to produce these things in the virtual factory, essentially. And it was incredibly fast at a quick pace. And it was amazing though. It was fun, but we had to be on time. It was like making sure that we worked at a streamlined yet simultaneous position, because these purchase orders allowed me to buy the raw materials. And also, these are all the things that went into this muesli, all the fruits and grains, along with the packaging, which is important, because if we don't have packaging, we have nowhere to put the muesli. So that was just an incredible experience. And my teammate worked so hard to get all this muesli out at the same time. I mean, you can only do about one product in a certain amount of time. So you're talking strawberry muesli, original, and get it into these stores at different sizes. But it was an incredible experience. And as a student, just doing that first ERP class at the beginning of this year, and now I just took a chance and I said, okay, fine, I'll try the competition. I wanted that real world experience. I'm August 15th, I will be done with this degree. So having that real world experience and going from just, okay, a class, which the classes are amazing, but being able to put it there was an incredible experience. And I'm so lucky and so happy that I got to be a part of it, and that HCC did that. And I admit all of us were nervous. We were so scared of these bigger universities and everything, but we made 6th place out of 10 competitors. And I mean, that's just amazing right there. And I know I now have somewhere I am narrowing down my choices in this career, and I really appreciate the opportunity.
That is so wonderful. Yeah, I was thinking that your instructor, Catherine Morgan, said that every business major in the college should consider this class to enhance their technology, business process, and soft skills. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I wanted to add something and share my experience here. I came here in the United States as an international student, and I was hired by a German company that works here in Houston. And one of the reasons why the company proceed a work visa for me, because of my knowledge of the SAP. And that is a really good skill set that you can have in your resume if you enroll this kind of class.
So it's really important that you learn the SAP in the business world. So what HCC is offering is something wonderful for you, right?
Exactly.
Yes, that is correct.
I believe it's also so crucial and also fascinating. This is 4 years ago, actually 3 years ago, I was an over-the-road truck driver, and I spent my time just driving on these long stretches of highway. And one day I just looked up and was wondering, how do we get our stuff? How do we get all of our things? I'm driving one thing from a warehouse to another thing that is going to go to the store, or I would go to the store itself. And that was just a small fragment of this larger immense process. And everything we touch and hold and buy, from the minute you buy it in the store or online, it goes through this entire process, whether it's based locally in the US and overseas. And it's just amazing to learn. I believe everybody should look into it.
You're right. It's very, very complicated. So we really appreciate you guys coming on and explaining all this, because it can be a little bit difficult. But we also want to remind our students to register. You can register for logistics programs. please do so. And we've got this wonderful SAP program here that you can learn and get ahead. So we're getting close to the end of the show. So now we've got to go to thank you very much. So now we got to go to our news and events. Carolina, do you want to start us out?
Absolutely. So one of our first announcements is the work study job fairs. HCC job fairs put in the same room with employers looking for work study students, giving you the opportunity to interview and begin the orientation that day. So the next one is going to be held on Tuesday, August 3rd, today, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So you still have time to join at West Houston Institute. Now you can use the QR code on the district Facebook page to register.
And August community learning, we got a new round of courses, gardening in small spaces for beginners. That's August 9th, 10 to 11:30. 10 to 11:30, August 9th. And then there's online shopping for people that are 50 and over. And that is today from 1:30 to 3. What else we got, Carolina?
Well, saves you money selling. HCC Mattress Max School of Selling is offering 6 free virtual sessions through the Center of Entrepreneurship at HCC Northwest. Every session is based on Jim McKingood. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce his name.
Jim McKingood.
Philosophy of Business. Now, take one or all 6. It's Tuesday, August 10th from 10 a.m. to noon.
Very good. And FAFSA, very important. Remember, HCC's got $59 million to give to students for education, but you can't get any of it until you fill out your FAFSA, FAFSA. So go to FAFSA, FAFSA.gov, and fill out an application so you can be eligible to receive these funds.
Yeah, fall is upon us, so remember to register for our 5 options: online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid lab, hybrid course, and in-person classes.
Very good. hccs.edu/now is what to remember. And tomorrow, we will continue our look at HCC's community learning program, this time with more dancing. Now we're talking. That's my thing. We have a new partnership with Spring Branch ISD and Wendy Reeves, who will tell us about lots of different kind of dance lessons.
Well, and Doc on the Run, Chris Segler will join us again on our regular fitness guest to give us the top 3 avoidable causes of blisters in runners. Now, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, we will. Thank you so much. Bye.